still limited. My first question is, sir, many professors believe that if their idea is strong, people will automatically accept it. But in reality, communication, position, and delivery often make a biggest difference. Was there any specific campaign, client or interaction or ad shot from your journey where we realized that even the brilliant idea can fail if it is presented convincingly? What exactly happened in that situation, and what did that experience teach you about influence the communication? This is my first question, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Shahid, for the question.
Uh,
I always believe that idea is something, but execution is everything, right? So, though I come from an industry which is from the influencer marketing or digital marketing background, we always believe that, you know, idea stands on a limited ground. What matters to the client, what matters to the people is how we execute the idea. It is always to be understood that when there is a great idea that comes, it always comes between two friends, two known individuals sitting in terrace or maybe hanging out somewhere and discussing it. Right? Whether that idea is practical or not practical is something very subjective. So if we have an idea, we should first analyze whether are we are we having an idea which is looking forward towards a solution, or are we having an idea or a solution which is looking forward towards a problem to solve, right? So that is something which we need to, in today's time, a lot of people, when I go and interact with aspiring entrepreneurs or startup founders, most of them have a brilliant ideas but do not have a great strategy or pitch to make things work in their favor, right? So sometimes it is very important at any given point of time that along with the idea, we also have relevant pitch or strategy in place to make things work. Unlike, see, when I started my journey in 2015, there were a lot of things that the country was undergoing transformation. So a lot of things we were working upon used to be on the go. But now things have changed and many things have, moved to an extent where strategy has started making a very important point, as good as idea itself. So, always speaking, idea has its own way, but the strategy and other things matters the most. So, for people who are here, who are having some great ideas, I would say yes. Now that you have an idea, you're not halfway mark. You're 30% in the journey. Remaining 70% completely depends on how you strategize and how you pitch. And coming to your second question, where you had asked me about the success and failure of ideas at the pitch stage, etc. One thing in my industry, especially, there is no second thought. There is no second strategy. It has to work in whatever way possible. It has to work. So there is no scope of failure at all. If we are failing in that idea, then we are no more going to get the project again, right? So it is very important for all of us to ensure that ideas work to a great extent. But there's a long time research and thought process that goes into it, post which we go and represent that idea or a pitch to the client, and that is how execution comes into the process. So there, if at all any predetermined risk, if at all anything that we need to know the pros and cons, everything is well calculated before we get into the system of execution. So I think this is what I see. Idea is not everything; it is something, but execution is everything.
Thank you, sir. My second question is, sir, in creative industry, people constantly compete for the attention, approval, and the buying. Similarly, in the corporate environment too, professionals often struggle to make their idea and stand out in the meeting. Based on your experience handling the influencer campaign, shoots, and the client expectation, what are the some practical technique uh, tech, practical techniques professional can use to make the people listen, trust, and connect with their idea? Are there any specific method related to the storytelling, body language, confidence, or audience understanding that you personally feel work very well?
Um, well, I personally feel that at this point of time, the attention span of people are very less, right? If I'm talking to somebody, if I'm not able to get my communication sorted in less than a minute, then I think I'm losing out on the decision makers. So my first few minutes, whenever I have a presentation or whenever I go and pitch to somebody or prospect, my first few minutes are very important. And the ideal way is to make the pitch very relatable to the opposite person. You cannot make a generic pitch and expect the opposite person to involve with you in the process. So it is very important that whenever you're making any sort of strategy or pitch with respect to your prospect, it is most likely that they are coming to you because they have a problem in some domain, and you have that expertise, and hence why they are coming to you. So they would like to hear the points which are relatable to them. For example, if I am going to a X brand and X brand is finding it tough to crack ads in the South market, so my pitch will be exactly relatable on the problem that they are facing. So the opposite person has to feel that this is my problem that he's addressing. So the attention span grows. So from first few minutes, it becomes, if you're having a presentation, let's say for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, they'll have that attention span to you guys. So I think you need to make pitch strategy or content which is more relatable, where people get to understand and they are able to tell within themselves, yes, this guy or the girl is speaking my points. And after which you have to address the solution. So first you address the problem, then you address a solution, not directly, but why, if there's a problem, you don't tell, okay, I have the solution. You need to first explain that this is exactly why am I suggesting this and this is why we should come. So subtle marketing, subtle pitches do play a very important role, is what I believe.
Thank you, sir. My next question is, sir, sometimes the idea itself may be good, but timing, framing, or the communication style may not be connected, may
Hmm.
not connected with the audience. Have you faced any moment in your career where you strongly believe in the idea and concept, but the response from the client teams and audience was not what you expected? Looking back now, what do you think would have improved in the way you communicated, pitch or the position, that idea, and what important lesson can professional take from such situation?
Yes, of course, as an entrepreneur, everybody faces this situation somewhere in the start of their career. So, in similarly, even I had faced the same in my career as well. I still remember a meeting that I had to do with a potential client in 2016 in Chennai, and I spent hours working on the pitch and everything. I went for that meeting, and there were a lot of people, the head board, a lot of top management people, the trainees, everyone were sitting, and I started with my presentation. Usually, I believe that my communication skills are good enough, but when I started doing that meeting, I personally found that I was not able to connect much with the people sitting out there, and I was also not able to impress any of the decision makers, right? I did understand and get this feeling in the meeting itself, but somehow I had to finish that and come back. So while I was on my way back home, one thing which I realized is, though my idea, pitch, everything on paper was really great, but what did not sell there is the emotion. Not always it is about technicalities that we are talking about. It is also about the emotional aspect. So, like I said, a lot of people out here are taking the decisions emotionally, are also taking their decisions based on the stats. So, whenever there is any idea or a pitch that you wish to present, it is very important that it is mix of both. And the conversation, the communication line has to be more casual. It should be like two people talking or two people having a chit chat,
Mm,
more than having this professional culture of going with a certain protocol and everything. That helps you to connect better with the client. Idea can fall short a bit, but when there's a relatively relatable aspects or that connecting aspects between two individuals or two organizations, then I think the idea here and there can be worked upon. Things can be rectified on the go, and better output can be generated because now they don't see you as an outsider, they see you as a part of their team, which I think is a great thing to achieve. When you're going and trying to decode a prospect, then I think the best thing which you could get out of the meeting is to try to build a relation first. And how the relation is built, obviously it's a perception on your skills, perception on your communication skills, perception on the idea, and perception on how you are talking. So I think all these things play a role. It's a multi layer approach which everybody has to consider. Just an idea is not going to get you anywhere. So I would like to make one point very clear is that having just an idea but failing in other aspects like pitching, communication, building a relation, and talking out the pros and cons. If you are not going to do that, your idea will be idea. It's not going to be observed by the client. So this is what my personal experience is.
Thank you, sir. My next question is, sir, a lot of employees and the young professional often say, I have an idea, but people don't really listen to me, or other
Hmm.
get noticed more even when my ideas are better. In your opinion, what are some immediate communication change they can start applying from tomorrow itself to improve their visibility and impact? It could be related to the confidence, clarity, structure, tone, energy, or even how they start conversation. What practical advice would you give someone who want their voice to be taken more seriously?
I think this is the problem every businessman faces at some point of time at every levels. Just that intensity is very different. For example, somebody who's starting fresh, being ignored by the rest of their people is a thing. And as and when you grow, you will be ignored by the people at that level. So not getting heard or being ignored is something which is a part and parcel of our entrepreneurial journey. But yes, always on the go on a daily basis, if we are going to remain consistent, the best way out is to put forward your work on all the public domains. If you have, as a businessman or as an individual who is passionate about something, it's always important to show your work. It is not about you boasting your work, it is about you need to show up every day. Let people know, let the decision makers know. Now that you have so many avenues to promote yourself, you have WhatsApp status, you have business WhatsApp, you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So make use of those platforms and show up your skills, show up your talent. Do this every day. Let people know that I am good at this, I am good at that. There's no harm in doing that. You will not believe. Um, I started being very active on all the social media platforms with respect to my work from maybe 2020. I have got a lot of people who have come forward and given me business just because I show up every day. Uh, what happens is when you want to connect with the potential client, you try to reach them out on LinkedIn. At that point of time, here and there, they'll give you their number, then you save it, then you connect with them on WhatsApp, right? So when I share my work stories and everything, they are seeing it. So when somebody sees it, it gets registered on an everyday basis. I very recently, 3 months back, I received a work call saying that I've been following all your WhatsApp stories and work, and I'm very impressed. I would like to have a discussion about how we can collaborate and work. Right now, that could be the same person back early when there was an issue of not making things work. So yeah, unless and until you show up yourself, share your work, nobody's gonna believe you. And if there is no belief factor, if there is no trust factor, of course, everybody is not going to respect you for what you do or ignore you in the process. So it's very important to be consistent with the work and also be consistent with promotion of the work.
Thank you, sir. My next question is, sir,
Yeah,
just
His screen is stuck, or is it only for me?
I think your screen is stuck.
Okay, we'll wait for just a
a
second.
opening moment can completely shape and the response of the audience. According to you,
Mr.
how
Shahid,
critical?
sorry to interrupt. Actually, your screen was struck. We could not hear you. Can you please start the question again?
Again, question one. Just hold on, ma'am. Uh, we often hear that the first impression decided. I'm audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you're
Hello.
audible. Go ahead, go ahead.
Uh, uh, we often hear that the first impression decide whether the people will continue listen or mentally switch off, especially during the presentation meeting or the client pitch. Is the opening movement can be completely shaped the response of the audience. According to the how critical are the first 30 seconds while presenting the idea. What do you personally focus on during that opening phase of the immediately grab attention and the create the curiosity? Is the confidence, energy, storytelling, clarity, or the something else that help the people stay engaged?
Yes, definitely. The first impression matters the most. And I personally believe in when you're having a first meeting with the prospect, more than anything, they are not going to judge you on what you're going to present. They are just going to judge you on how confident are you with what you believe in. Whether you believe yourself first, whether your personality is coming out well, the way you talk, the way you address, and the way you present, it determines your attitude and passion towards your work. So I think it is the responsibility of every individual, let it be girl or a boy, to dress up and be presentable, come out with something really good, be be in a mindset of having a conversation, be in a mindset to first hear and then reply. And it is very important to also understand that we are addressing a prospect, somebody who's going to come and give you a business, a sale, monetary into the company. So you need to be buckling up accordingly and ensure that everything is on right step. I see a lot of youngsters today who don't really care about their presentation, the way they dress, the way they come out and present themselves to the client. A lot of people have taken these skills for granted. But let me tell you, as and when we are growing in this digital world, all this is very important for us to ensure that there's a good importance given to the personality development also, which I think in today's time a lot of founders are lacking, as well as the top management people. They're extremely good in terms of idea, they're extremely good in the technical skills, but they are extremely poor in terms of communication, representation, and personality. So what happens is, as a decision maker, it becomes if I'm a decision maker, I can think whether I should be giving you a chance or not. Because at the end of the day, only when these three things are sorted, they are going to go deep into your work and give you a chance. If not, they're going to move somebody next because there are already so many options on plate. So the only way you can qualify is the way you present yourself. And if that also goes for the toss, then I don't think it's the right forum for you. So it's very important, that not just the idea, but person who's representing the idea is also good enough. So this is what I believe in. You need to be having a very disciplined life, disciplined approach, and not take everything on the go, unlike before. And personality is very, very important. So if you're somebody who is not good in communication, start working on that. If you're somebody who feel that you need to get your personality sorted, go for it. If you feel that you're lacking here or you're lacking there, I think you should just go and rectify it rather than making it bad or then having a discouragement on your own self. So I think I've answered the most of the part here, and hoping that people also get to hear this and they try to do the same.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for your illustration about the my question, and this is a very insightful session, sir. Now I'm handing over the session to Miss Archana, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Shahid Ashraf, for the introduction, for the adding me in here. Yes. Okay. Mr. Shivashish, you can please turn on the video again. Sorry, for a second, I was taken aback. Okay, for first and foremost, I really loved your introduction, especially the last point where you said that the first few seconds, how you're presenting yourself really plays a crucial role. Very frankly, when I had just started my profession, when I was very young into this profession, when I did not have much of experience, I knew I worked well. But as you're saying, the presenting did not happen well. When I went and sat in front of a person for a discussion, for pitching in my idea, for pitching in my proposal, the first response which I got from that person was, "It's okay, calm down, sit straight. It's not an interview. You don't have to slouch so much. You don't have to be so much scared." So, that same thing is what I got as the first thing in my mind the moment you added that point, that you have to pitching yourself, you have to be confidently telling in yourself. That confidence shows in your body language, in your presentation, and that is where the person is going to actually buy in your idea. Rather than just putting it onto papers, if it's in your body language, if it's in your words, if it's in your confidence, it's in your tone, the person will easily buy your idea. Thank you so much for these beautiful insights. I really appreciate it. Yes, Mr. Abhinav, I've seen that your hands are raised towards the end of the session when we will have a Q&A session. I will be giving you a chance to unmute as well. Now, I invite Mr. Alim Khadri. Are you there? I missed to check in the participant. He's not there, is it? Give me a second, please. Yes, he's not there, I believe. Mr. Alim Kadri, if you're there, please raise your hand so that I can give you a chance to unmute. No, he's not there. Okay, so I'll continue with the next session. Participants, are you all ready for a small quiz session? We will have a quiz session here, Mr. Shivashish. So this is going to be with the participants, wherein they are going to respond to the questions which we are going to ask them. So participants, are you ready? Please type ready in the chat box if you all are ready. Let's have a small quiz based on the interaction which we have right now. Please type ready in the chat box if you all are ready. Please type ready in the chat box if you all are ready. Okay, cool. So here is the first question which is coming across from everyone. Your idea gets ignored in the reason. What is the most likely reason? There are 4 options. Your idea gets ignored in a meeting. What is the most likely reason? 4 options in front of you, A, B, C, or D. Which one is the correct one? A, the idea was weak, the timing is wrong. C, the idea was not communicated effectively, or D, the audience is not capable. Which do you think is the right answer? A, B, C, or D? Okay, Mr. Abhinav says B. All right, the timing is wrong. What about the others? Thank you so much. Ms. Priyanka says C. Vijay Kumar says all of the above. I appreciate that. Well, all of the above is an option E, but it is not here. But yes, of course, the answer is C. The idea was not communicated effectively. So timing and all doesn't play any crucial audience, or if the audience is also there, you have to modify your idea in line with the audience. That is the picture. So the correct answer is the idea was not communicated effectively. Let us now move on to the next question. Let us now move on to the next question. You are presenting an idea to leadership. What should you focus on first? A, B, C, or D? What is the correct option? You have all the 4 options here in the chat box. Please tell me, what do you think is going to be the answer? You're presenting an idea to leadership. What should you focus on first? A, full detailed explanation. B, background context. C, a strong opening hook. Or D, a technical data. Thank you so much, Mr. Abhinav says E. Meena says C. All right, the others. Priyanka Vijay Kumar. Priyanka says D, technical data. Okay. The correct answer here is going to be a C, that is a strong professional hook. First thing which you have to do is go for a strong professional hook. As Mr. Shivashish had also mentioned, that identify the emotions, that talk about the pain points, talking about all these as a strong hooks. You're gaining the attention. Once you gain the attention, go ahead and pitch your idea. Thank you so much, participants, for your interaction. Now move on to the next question. Here's a third question. You need buy-in from people, that is extra time from people who do not report to you. What works best? Here are the four options in the chat screen right there in front of you. You need to buy in from people who don't report to you. What works best? A, authority tone. B, more data. C, story plus relevance to them. Or D, the escalation. I've turned on the captions. I wanted to check, is it visible for everyone or is it visible only for me? Shivashish, are you able to see the captions which I have turned on?
Yes, but I think some glitch is still there.
Yes, yes. It's automatic actually. So
Yeah,
the words are going up and down.
yeah.
All right. So yes, A, B, C, the answers are here. The correct answer is C, story plus relevance to them. Make sure that the idea is always modified also. If it is not directly for them, make it relevant. That is where the hook lies in. All right. So moving on to the last question, to the next and the last question. Your audience loses interest midway. What could have gone wrong? So you started off very well, but somewhere down the lane, somewhere halfway down the lane, they lose the interest. So there are four options. What could have gone wrong? Idea is too complex, too much information, no structure, audience lacks the knowledge, or not enough slides. A, B, C, or D? Which one? A, B, C, or D? Which one? B. Okay, thank you, Mr. Abhinav. B. Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. A. Thank you, Mr. Vijay Kumar. B. Thank you, Mr. Shahil. Yes, too much information, no structure is the right answer. So quite a good number of times people are themselves not clear as to what to structure and go ahead. So if you have an idea, if you have a proposal, if you have a project to display, first prepare it, keep it as short as possible. Lots of information. Like in many corporates, they have a one-page format. Go for that one-page format rather than showing them 20 slides, 25 slides, 26 slides, showing that I've prepared so much. People will not be sitting through to see the number of slides. If you have 4 slides, but the information is put in very well ahead in these 4 slides, they'll be more than happy to listen to you. So make sure that too much of information, less structure is not followed. More structure and more information. Less structure, more structure, very clear, proper structure with lots of information is the idea to go ahead. All right, so now we move on to the Q&A session. Participants, if you have any questions, please raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Mr. Abhinav has a question. I'm unmuting you already, Mr. Abhinav.
Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes, if you can please make sure that it is not echoing.
Yeah,
Turn
yeah.
on the audio somewhere, Mr. Abhinav, if you can see somewhere. Because it
I
doesn't
don't know.
Yeah, can you say now?
Hello.
Yeah, I think this is better. Please go ahead.
Okay. I believe uh, there is an echo happening because there might be another, what do you call it, slide open of mine. So if you can close it from your end.
No, I'm
No,
not.
there's nothing open at our end.
Okay. So my question to you, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So you mentioned about different personalities, and personality plays a very important role in our career. And if I have understood it correctly, I believe nowadays the HR or the company are looking forward for soft skill training and personality development training as a very constructive thing or a constructive deal, but still they are being underpaid. And I see a lot of freshers who do not have idea about soft skills or personality development. They are also coming into this field without understanding what exactly a Schneier model is, what exactly 7 C's of communication is, what is verbal, vocal, visual, and all that. And they are actually trying to not do the justice with the people who have been already trainers in the past and who have been experienced. So, do you see that the industry is taking care of too much of freshers who are not able to deliver that kind of training which is required? Number two, and how do you see that there could be a good amount of salary being withdrawn with those trainers who have already been experienced? Because now soft skill training is actually seen as a catalyst form, but it is not seen as a mainstream form. So, do you think that we should actually rechannelize our energies and reconstruct the module that soft skills is as important as engineering?
The question is more in line with soft skills training, Mr. Shivashish. Would you be able to actually
Yeah,
handle that? Because it's not just, let me probably rephrase the question a bit.
I
Not
understood.
just,
I will answer
yes.
the bit.
Mhm.
I was discussing with Tarshna also, in my phone call with her a few days back on this, that soft skills, well, like I tell you, when I was in my college days, we used to have the soft skills classes, which was separately from the college days. I might take a little bit longer to answer that, but I have a very good point. And it was already a dying industry back then, but it was surviving because engineering colleges, and it had already lost its go in the corporate industry, to be honest. From there, the industry came down a bit and started educating people in the college segment. That's how I, for the first time, came into touch with the soft skills development and skills industry, to be honest. But what I observed in the last 11 years of my business journey is the fact that it has the removal of soft skills as an industry, or the as a part of system itself, is now proving fatal, because somewhere I felt the startup culture that came into India from 2015 or 16 onwards promoted not much professionalism but casual approach towards solution or problem addressing chapters. Now we have people, like I was telling the other day also, when I used to go to a cafe, let's say 7 8 years back, the host in the cafe or the host at the food joints will address you as a sir. There is nothing below above that I'm addressing, but it was the way how to address a customer. But today, if you go, they are addressing you as bro. They are calling you with any other name, just telling you bro. Or if a women is going, they just tell you sister instead of a ma'am. So this downfall is very important for the corporates to understand, because the same culture gets carried away. So soft skills was that part which used to make a person even better, which right now is missing. So I personally feel in the time to come, the industry is again going to re-establish, rejuvenate itself, because this culture is not doing anything good. And at the end of the day, the people management system is getting affected in the process. So I think it's just time about that we would see the resurrection of soft skills industry to a great extent.
Mr. Abhinav, I hope it answers your question.
Yes, ma'am. Somewhere more than this.
All right. So participants, anybody else who has any questions, shall we go ahead, please? Okay. So now I would like to invite Ms. Meena over for the important announcement.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Archana, for the handover. My name is Veena, and I'm a soft skill trainer. Before we conclude, here are a few important announcements. We request all participants to join our WhatsApp community for updates regarding upcoming HR series episodes, paid and unpaid workshops, leadership conversations, and future learning initiatives. The link is shared in the chat box. Also, our YouTube channel link is available in the chat box. We request you to please subscribe and support our learning community. We would also like to remind participants about our newly launched online learning programs, Pronunciation Lab, Presentation Lab, Writing Lab. The details are shared in the chat. Apart from our communication mastery programs for individuals, we also run our flagship Confidence Communique training, a 3-month structured communication program for corporates. This has already been rolled out with a manufacturing organization. If you'd like to know more, you can connect with Archana Sriram. I now hand over the session back to Archana.
Thank you so much, Ms. Meena, for the heartfelt introduction. Mr. Shivashish, yes, thank you so much. So, participants, we are coming to the end of the session. I request you to please turn on the video so that I can take a small pic with all of you. Thank you so much. So, Mr. MA, I could not see you from the beginning till the end. Mr. Jitendra, if you could turn on. Mr. Vijay Kumar, if you could please turn on the video, it would be very helpful so that we can take a small pic along with the speaker. And on the count of 3, we'll take a pic. 1, 2, and 3. Done. Pic is taken. It's in the chat box. Feel free to download it. If you're there on the LinkedIn ID, please send me the. That's okay, Mr. Vijay Kumar. Thank you so much for replying. So if you are there on LinkedIn, please send me the link so that I can also tag you in that. And second thing is that before we close, a heartfelt thank to Mr. Shivashish Tarkas, Mr. Shivashish. Participants, please type thank you, Mr. Shivashish, for coming over for the session, taking out time from his session, coming for giving such practical and powerful insights today. I really appreciate it. In fact, I have been following up with Mr. Shivashish for almost 6 months, maybe more than that. Believe me, that is true. In fact, last time we were going to do it, but just at the last moment, it got cancelled. I think Abhinav was there at that time also. I had informed him that he is going to do the welcome note at that time. But just at the last moment, the session got cancelled. And so we did not had to do it. We could not do it. But it was so nice that he himself texted me later and said that I'm available now for the session. So all these things really, show that how much a person is also interested to contribute for it. You got a good small clap over here as well. All right, today's session, it clearly showed us that success is not just about having good ideas, it's about how effectively we communicate and position them. Thank you to everyone who has come in for the session. Thank you to everyone who has participated as well. Thank you so much to Mr. Shivashish as well. So before we end up, Mr. Shivashish, anything which you would like to state, please?
Yeah, I would like to thank Archana for taking this initiative of bringing a speaker every week. I think I've been following her content on WhatsApp. I think small things adds a very great value to the individual. There's something that we learn out of such seminars, webinars, and workshops also. So I would also like to thank all the participants who were a part of this seminar, and I hope there was some takeaways that you have noted down, and hoping to see you guys again soon. And yes, it's been a very long conversation about this seminar with Archana since a very long time, but in a month I travel a lot, so I usually miss out on Saturdays. So last time when I was not able to join in the last moment was due to my personal emergency. But then I had to be a part of that, and later I told Ashna, let's just do it because usually I don't miss out on my dates and commitments, but that was one of those left out days, I would say. But yeah, thank you everybody who are a part of this, and thank you Ashna for hosting me. It's a very great introduction that I've given, and I look forward. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Pleasure is all ours. Pleasure is all ours, Mr. Shivashish. Thank you so much for the beautiful session. So ending the session now. Looking forward for the next session. Participants, please be aware that every Saturday 10 a.m.